to Memoirs and Some, the podcast. It's your girl, Myia Dominique. And today, we have a special guest. The one and the only, my sister, Miss Jamice. Jay if you're nasty. No, I'm just playing.
And Pretty Mimi if you're on YouTube.
Well, and Pretty Mimi if you're on YouTube. So, sister, introduce yourself.
I did.
You fine, girl, but they need to know more than Mimi on YouTube.
I'm an auntie. I'm a sister. I'm a goddess. But now, fucking right. I don't know.
And y'all can see we play too fucking much. This is not one of them episodes where we get in our feelings. She played too damn much. Y'all lucky she ain't drinking. It's one of them days. Cause
I talk too much, so I'm going.
So look, y'all. Today I brought my sister on because a lot of people ask me often, like, yes, sister, we haven't seen your sister. Okay, boom, you see my sister. But, however, it was not like this, like growing up, like we did not grow together at all. I know it looked like it. I know we jam tight, but we didn't grow together, y'all. In real life, no, we did not. We did not grow together.
In my head.
Oh my God. So, sister, what's up? Tell them, like, you have to describe our relationship. What's your first concentration? Let's do it. Okay. So, you gotta have a word to describe our relationship. We're gonna take turns back and forth. You're gonna start A, and I'll go B. And then you gonna keep it going, and then I'll keep it going.
Y'all ever seen that cartoon, Cat Dog? I would think like we're one, but we're different. If y'all ever seen that show, that would describe us to the T.
Bitch, wait, so who the fuck am I? Cat or dog?
Good dog. For sure.
Ain't that shit? She right. She right. When you put it like that, she right.
I'm the pit bull, she's a chihuahua.
The fuck? Nah, bitch, switch that shit.
No, cause you little one.
I guess she said I'm
Chihuahua.
always
If
barking.
y'all, no, it ain't even that. Y'all always know when somebody have one of them big ass dogs and the little dogs run the house.
That was good. Okay, so if I had to describe our relationship, since she decided to just do her own damn thing and do a damn TV show, I clearly said concentration, and I heard concentration. She didn't hear me.
I thought you meant me concentrate.
Okay, so look, y'all. So our relationship was not always like, we didn't grow up together as far as like sisters in the same household and stuff like that. But I always wanted an older sister. I've always, because I was the oldest of the child that was in the household with me, I always felt like I wanted an older sister. And we both come from households where we grew up with all boys. So I have all boys as younger brothers. She has all boys that are younger brothers. And then to know the story behind, I ain't putting y'all in our business. I ain't telling y'all how we really got out.
So why not?
What could you say about that? Like living in a house with all boys. Because it was literally all boys, both sides. You had all boys, I had all boys. I don't mind it was rough because I was the oldest, and then to being that sister that always comes to your brother's rescue, that shit get annoying. Like, I love the hell out of my brothers, but it gets to a point like you don't have nobody to run to because you the oldest. So where do you go?
For me, it was a tad bit different because my grandma raised me. Okay. My mama didn't raise me until I became a teenager. So that's probably why we have the relationship that we have. But I don't know. We all grew up. I don't know. I don't know how to answer it. Let's see. We were all separated.
Okay.
We were all separated. So I really, even though I'm the oldest, we didn't live together in a household till we were 10, separated by 12. And that was it. Until we got grown and came together again. We were all separated. My brothers lived with my daddy, and I lived with my grandma before I moved with my mom. Before I moved with myself. So, I won't say it was too hard. It was harder once we were living together because I wasn't used to sharing my space.
Okay. Yeah, I think that goes with like that sibling stuff too, because like for me, growing up with the boys, especially DJ, me and DJ was jam tight. So I always wanted a sister to have that same relationship with, like, literally if I could mirror the relationship, fights and all. Me and DJ used to get out how we lived, but at the end of the day, it was no question of the love, the loyalty, even the friendship, because a lot of times people don't understand, like, it don't matter whether you're in a relationship, a friendship, whatever. The relationship has to start as a friend. You have to be able to know that person, and you're going to continue to learn a person, like, over time. But I don't know. I always wanted to.
Yeah, it was different for me. Me and my brothers, we're tight now, but we weren't talking for years. Little do people know. Especially me and Jalen, who was not as close as we are now. We did not talk for years. And Van didn't live in Chicago. Van wasn't close to me. So Van and Jalen had a bond, and I didn't have a bond with either one of them. I didn't learn to, since I was by myself, I'm always used to being content. I do not mind being by myself as an adult. And family has become important to me over the years, because at first it was just like, just me. I do my thing, y'all do y'all thing, I see you when I see you.
Right.
But now it's more so, let's do family things. Let's get together. We're having kids now. Let's create our own family.
So how do you feel about our relationship? Like, as far as, because we both have brothers, so like separate brothers. And then of course collectively we have our brothers together. Of course, like everybody know we have our shines and all of these, but I'm talking about like full blown bloodline, not our kicking, like our relationship outside of just us kicking it. Because we was kicking it first and didn't know certain information and found out more stuff. So, shit. I guess you could say it's like destined.
Yeah, it definitely blindsided me. I didn't see it coming. I'm not gonna say I wasn't hoping for it. I'm not gonna say that I was. It's just happened.
Right. Yeah.
So I can't really put, oh, I tried to do this and I tried to do that. It just happened.
Yeah. It kind of late. I think it kind of late in both our lap. It kind of was unexpected. I mean, don't get me wrong. That don't take away the fact that you wanting that type of thing around, but it's still like it was. It kind of like landed there.
Yeah.
And then people surrounding it too. You know, it becomes a situation where people look at your relationship and think like, oh, well, I want their relationship. Why does she treat her the way she treats her? It becomes like, you can tell. We ain't got no fucking friends, y'all.
I would say I have two other people. Well, I have three other people that I call sisters, but they're not as close as us.
Mm-hmm.
But
yeah,
you really, really have to earn it with me. Like, not to go too deep in, but especially with Alicia and Tashay, they've been through some rough times in my life. Mm-hmm. They didn't leave my side at all. They earned that title. We may not talk all the time, every day.
But that ain't the justification of a sister. The sisterly bond becomes that action that comes with the relationship.
But that goes as far as that it correlates because they're not my blood. So
Okay.
I'm not obligated to be a sister to you. I made you family. You earned that.
Absolutely.
So it's a little different. You're not my sister by blood, but when you earn that, it's way more different than by blood. Because even though we can be blood, that don't mean you're my sister.
Right.
That don't mean you're my brother. Like, you can act like
that
a
means
total.
we're related.
We're just related.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Better ask my auntie. I mean, my daddy's sister.
The shade, the fucking shade, y'all. Y'all hear the shade.
I mean, that's my daddy's sister. And it's crazy because the only reason why I don't like her is because she did Jalen. That's the only reason why I don't blame on my siblings.
So, would you say if I had to ask you between you and I, who's the more protective? And you gotta give me a reason why.
I can't say. Because we both protected my own little way.
Example.
Like, a different way. Like, you're aggressive. You don't play. We both don't play, but you are more aggressive than I am. Like me, if they're not doing no bodily harm, I'm not really gonna say too much. Just stay away from me, stay away from you. I'ma let it pass because there's too many evil people, evil spirits out here. I'ma let it pass. You don't care. You running up, you gonna make them get out your face. Me, I'll walk away. I'm cool, I'm collect. You have to push me to get there. You get there.
Yeah.
But I think that's what makes us work.
Okay. I definitely agree. The salt to my pepper. Flour to my sugar.
White to my rice.
Period. Because we do, I agree with that 1,000%. We do compliment each other in different ways, even if it's something so simple as when we have our conversations, we go through these conversations where we're like, okay, since I don't like what this is going on, or help me with this, or look at this, is giving that other side to kind of give you that balance, so to speak. And every relationship needs balance. I mean,
yeah, I don't like a person that agrees with everything that I do.
Absolutely. Hell no, you better tell me.
I mean, yeah, you can. I'm not saying just rebuttal everything, but look at it from a side that I'm not looking at it from. Like, if I don't see something, help me understand your vision, because all I can see is mine.
Right. I feel you. So, with that being said, do you feel like when we disagree that how we handle it? I guess I would say, how do you feel like we handle it? I personally feel like we handle it pretty well. I think that outside influences often with any relationship tend to try to stir a pot one way or another, but when you know your person,
it don't bother me.
Yeah.
And I think that's what people get my attitude wrong. People always say I'm nonchalant. People always say, oh, Jay don't never care, and I'm like, I know my sister. Yep. So as long as I know her, I don't give a fuck what you say. You can say she did this, you can say she did that, you can say whatever. Yes, I'm gonna brush it off. Yes, I'm gonna let you talk your shit. I'm gonna remember what you said.
Absolutely.
But it's not going to stir my pot because I know you.
Exactly. And
so it doesn't bother me.
When you do that, it doesn't faze you, and that's why our relationship has gone so long. Shit, we done had a couple run-ins where motherfuckers thought they was gonna keep and thought it was gonna go. And it happens. I mean, when you hang around women, and this is not a shot or shade towards anybody, any friendship, women talk. Women are catty. It's a natural thing. Whether it's intentional or unintentional, there is no woman on this earth that is not catty or does not have a catty tendency. None. Because it's in your chemical makeup. Men have the shit. Little do we know. But the bigger thing is acknowledging and seeing where it's at. It's nothing wrong with being able to express your opinion or say what you have to say or even comment on something. We all have commented on things that necessarily we may not should have commented on, or hell, even commented on something that ain't had nothing to do with us. It happens all the time. When you look at TMZ, you like, ooh, look at Cardi B. Or, ooh, look at this person. You comment. So that's not abnormal. It becomes messy when you comment and the comment surfaces to another person. Or the comment surfaces around and you trying to like jam relationships. What you talking about? What you talking about?
When we was talking about our feelings, I let her say what she had to say. And I told her, I said, if I really wanted to push you away, I would have. And I could have. And it would have been a said done deal. But I told her she had to learn a lesson. And I said, she said, well, why you just gonna tell me? I said, because you're the type of person, if you don't feel it and you don't go through it, you don't know it. You don't learn it.
You gotta go
through
understand it. Yeah.
She was like, well, this hurt like hell. And I said, I bet you will never do it again. And I'm saying that, and I told her, and I'm like, it's not what you said. You can feel that 100% is where you went with it.
And then I think that makes the difference in relationships. Social media has particularly our generation, millennials, fucked up. Like, social media is the end all for us. And I say for us because I'm guilty of being sucked into the social media thing. Do I give a fuck about what a motherfucker think about me on social media? Absolutely fuck not. But how I present myself and who I am, that is important. I have children. And who I associate myself with is important. So with that, I guess stemming off that situation, just I guess piggybacking. What are 3 things you could honestly say in our sistership and friendship, so to speak, that you could honestly be like, these 3 things, those are my sister, and this is what we go by? Because, let me think.
It's only one.
What? Loyalty? Yeah. You took that. Loyalty, definitely. But I also feel like, too, honesty. Being able to, if I feel a certain way about you and I don't like something, I don't have to go tell 2 other people before I get to you. I could just dial your fucking number.
Yeah, but I feel
and
like
then if you don't
answer,
loyalty. Yeah.
Because if I can't, let's just say if I love you, I'm loyal to you.
Not all the time. People that love you ain't always loyal to you. They're not. People can love you and not be loyal to you.
I'm talking about our relationship.
Oh, okay.
I'm not talking about everything.
Generalized, okay.
Like, me personally, if I love you, I'm loyal to you. That's just it with me, period. Because I really don't like people out here, whether they family or not. Like, I really genuinely don't like people. And don't care that I don't like you. And will tell you that I don't like you and I feel some type of way. I'm just going to leave it at that. And I'm not going to mess with you. But if I can't trust you, I don't have no loyalty to you because I don't trust you.
Right.
I don't love you. I don't care for you. I'm not. Why would I sit here and break my neck to be honest with you if I don't care for you, or if I don't trust you, or if I know if it's no loyalty, nothing else can come from that.
Yeah. Yeah. True.
But that's what started us, so that's all that matters.
I like the way you think.
That's what started us. Because at the end of the day, if I didn't love you or if I didn't trust you, I wouldn't have apologized. Right. I wouldn't have come to you.
Right.
I could have just let it be that. I could have talked my shit just like everybody else.
Right.
And I could have went on about it and just said, fuck it.
To hell with it.
Yeah.
Right.
I could have, but I didn't.
Yeah.
Because of how I felt.
It makes a difference. It definitely makes a difference. And it just shows the type of person you are. When I look for a friend, like I said, I've wanted an older sister all of my life. My mama tell you, she done told you a million times, you was a match made in heaven, because literally that's all I have ever wanted was an older sister, and to be older and to find my older sister and to actually have an older sister and be able to, nothing was forced. It was like after the walls was broken and shit had kind of calmed down with the messiness and the nonsense, when it was broken out of that shell of just Myia and Jay, it became totally different.
But we needed it.
Hell yeah. Absolutely. Hell yeah.
Everything that happened needed to happen.
Absolutely. Absolutely. It definitely needed to happen. And I'm glad it did. Because it was an eye-opening lesson learned. Like, it was so good that I was like, wow, you know what? Although, yeah, this shit irritated me, and why did it have to go like this? It was actually good because it ended up being like, okay, God, set me up right. You know, and then you start getting a rearrangement, and you start to learn more people. Like you brought up to Shay and Alicia. No, they are not my friends, but when we all go out, when it comes to your birthday, when it comes to things that are monumental and important to you, we're all good because I don't feel no type of way. I don't have no jealousy towards them. They don't have no jealousy towards me. Everybody understands where they're at. And there's no love lost about it. Me and you are much closer because number one, we always together all the time pretty much. And then number two, we're kind of in the same space. We got businesses together. Shit, we got shit together. So at that point, you know, when you develop that relationship with a person, you kind of got to know your place. And I think that's what the struggle was too with us having friends. You know, you were very honest and was like, you don't have a problem being alone, but I struggled with that. I struggled with being alone for a long time. Being by myself because I've always had a brother. So you learn when you're younger and you grow up in the household, your sibling, you learn to share everything. Time, space, everything. So being alone then becomes like, well, damn, I don't know what this feels like.
Yeah. And I struggle being around people.
Because you was always by yourself. Yeah. So guys, y'all know I love the end cards, and this is the friendship edition. So we just gonna pick some cards off the top, and we're gonna answer them. We're gonna see what happens. So when was our toughest moment together? Toughest moment together.
As far as what?
That's the question. You determine as far as what. When was our toughest moment together? So you could determine like what that means or what that looks like.
When DJ died.
Yeah. Yeah. That was a rough one. Yeah. I think our toughest moment together was I think me getting through school. I think if I have to just be very honest and be very frank, you and Ari was my riders. Through school, I was literally able to it was dope because I had so much support. Don't cry, sister. Oh. Yeah, that was a rough patch. I'm trying not to cry, y'all, because, oh, child, I can't be in that place. But, yeah, I think our toughest moment together was probably me going through school because me going through school was rough. You know, I had to get myself together, and when you're in nursing school, it's a sacrifice. And the people you have around you and you have in your corner to support you, they make a difference as to how you function through school. Like how you get through school, they make a big difference in how you get through school because they kind of guide and mold you. They have that guidance and that influence, I guess you would say, on you that says, you know, you can do it, or they either take you into a place where you can't do it. So it's kind of depending on the place that you're in. Okay, so let's do the next one. She has to go clean her face, y'all, for those who are watching the visual. What do you think is the easiest thing for me when it comes to money?
Say that one more time.
What do you think is the easiest thing for me when it comes to money?
I don't know. I don't know how to answer that. But you have a good hustle. I don't know where they were going with that question. But you definitely have a good hustle. You get things done for sure.
Not a spending shit too.
Yeah. That for sure.
Okay. Let's see another one. This is a good one. And then we're gonna do this one and one more. And we'll be done. What is a value we do not share in common?
What is the value that we don't share in common?
I know one.
What is it?
You don't whoop kids. I beat state ass.
I don't think that she would have whooped me.
Value that we don't see in common. Cause I'm
Well,
beating that ass.
I have whooped kids.
Whatever, y'all don't let our ass lie to y'all.
I did. I whooped Lola and Lena and Love. But they needed that.
Whatever.
They did.
And the last one is, what do you think I want most from life with you?
Say it again.
What do you think I want most in life from you?
Happiness.
You know me so well, girl. Yes. Well, thank you everybody so much. This was one of our short episodes. We are probably going to do part 2. So stay tuned again. I'm your girl, Myia Dominique, and this is Memoirs and Some, the podcast. I'll see you next week, 7 o'clock. Peace.